Greetings Internet, Didier here, and welcome to a brand new Star Wars Unlimited local finals match video we have bringing to you, this time coming from Jaff Comics in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, between these two players, myself and Matt. Myself on my new Mace Windu deck that I actually released a deck profile video about. So we're both 2-0 at this point in the finals. Matt, this is the second time this set that he's been featured on a finals match for our local meta. Obviously, Matt is standing at the top of our local meta with the Sabine yellow list that he's been running for a while. Today, he did say that he was trying out some different cards, and obviously, myself, I was trying out a brand new deck. Whipping out the new hotness that is Mace Windu. We're going to see some very interesting plays in this finals match. Again, both of us are 2-0 going into this finals match, and then I actually had to. This is my second Sabine yellow that I actually had to face this day. In the previous rounds, I had played against a Kira ECL and another Sabine yellow. I think that Sabine yellow was actually on 30 HP. So we're going to get to see, starting out here with Sabine with initiative, dropping down the A-Wing, of course, a standard play for Sabine there. Oh, following with the daring raid into the Mace Windu. We're about to see the Mace Windu play, I'm sure. Yep, the Mace Windu to immediately answer the A-Wing, showing the strength of Mace Windu against aggro decks. There are only certain plays, and Matt, I think this is Matt's first time playing against Mace Windu. So there are only certain turn 1 plays that you really want to do against Mace, and Matt just learned that lesson right there. Matt firing down the Fighters for Freedom. Surely fighters will give him staying value in the rest of the game. Myself doing the Red 3 in space. Now, if you watched my deck profile video, you know I try to go heavy space in this deck, and this match is no exception. Of course, red space is just insanely strong, especially with red 3. If you get red 3 down, you can base race Sabine very easily. So we'll see if I can get my red 3 to stick. And I do have an A-Wing in my hand, so we'll have to see if I can really start to push in the damage to race this Sabine. I do have an aggression in my hand as well, so we may see me save that for Sabine deploy. But yep, so punching each other in the face, 2 red hero decks just punching each other in the face for 3 damage each. We'll have to see if the Petranaki arena adds value in this match. Matt just not being afraid, even though we are both pushing in damage on against each other. Not being afraid to do the Sabine ping. Slow playing the Mace Windu deck is definitely what you want to do. In general. So good plays here by Matt. Myself playing down the A-Wing because I know that he's slow playing me, so I think I could take advantage of the slow playing and do a double 2-drop play because, of course, aggression is better in Mace when you have 5 resource because you get to do the Mace ping after the aggression. Seeing the Sabine deploy here and then shooting down my own Sabine unit. So we are surely going to see a ton of damage being pushed this turn by Sabine, getting that extra damage from Petranaki Arena, just cleanly getting an additional 4 damage there. Matt still has not spent any of his resources, so we're going to probably see the claim here from me going into the next round, with initiative, so I'll be able to potentially clear it. Seeing the Falcon play. Oh, huge damage coming in here. So, this is tough. This is a tough call from Matt here, because you could trade with the red 3, but no, he's gonna go base. He's gonna go base and push in the base damage. I think this is probably a better play to push the base damage. And then an additional daring raid. That may be why he's pushing base. Because he had that extra daring raid, he gets me all the way up to 15 damage. Just insane burst damage from Sabine with the Petranaki Arena, with the extra damage. Yeah, this is a quick match. We are only on the 4 resource turn 3, and I have 15 damage on my base. Not as high as Ventress, but still really high. So we're going to see the A-Wing fire into the Falcon for the 4 damage with Red 3 to take out the Falcon. So now we're going to get to see the control of Mace Windu come in. So, of course, I'm going to slow play the aggression to see if he plays equipment, but he's not going to play equipment. Smart on here by Matt. Just fire in the breaking in. Get in for a clean 6 damage. I'm all the way up to 21 now already. This is not looking good for me. Is this going to be quick? We're going to see the Fleet Lieutenant and to trade... Oh, but actually, that's right. Yep, that's right. So I didn't realize that I still had Red 3, so I could just trade the Sabine for free without doing the Fleet Lieutenant. So much better play there, because this is going to allow me to completely clear the board. He already did use he paid for Falcon, and he used the 2 for breaking in. So he's all spent. And he didn't resource. Wow, that's wild. He didn't even resource. He's still on 4. But we're going to see the standing and the 4 damage from aggression, additionally with Mace, to clear the board from Sabine and then take another 3 damage from Red 3. So, not sure. Maybe the Falcon on the Red 3 would have been the better play there. I would have taken less damage. This is a base race, and as the game goes further, Sabine knows that I take more and more control of the game because I have good answers to all of his units, especially Falcon. Like Open Fire answers Falcon for free. So he wants to end the game as fast as possible on that Sabine side. That's the whole reason he plays Petranaki. So... That is, I'm sure that's his reasoning there for not trading into the Red 3 with the Falcon. We'll have to see if that ends up being a good play. Additionally, Mace Windu could punish the trade as well, because you would think, oh, I have to trade in my A-Wing there. Well, not necessarily, because I could have a Daring Raid. I could just Mace Power the Falcon. So, there is some counterplay there. That was a tough call. I do probably agree with Matt's choice there for not killing the Red 3 with the Falcon in the previous phase. So we're going to see R2 on Matt's side, dropping down the Fleet Lieutenant on mine just to put power on the board. Oh no, not to just put power on the board, to do lots of damage. Yes, so lots of damage in there with Red 3. Catching up in damage, I do have an Open Fire in my hand, so I'm trying to slow play to see if he drops another Falcon or if he plays something ready or something. I can just hit the 4 damage and then potentially... Next turn is the Mace flip, but I think, yes, he claims there, and then I just drop down Bo-Katan and go to the next phase. We have unlimited power in my hand, so we may be seeing the ultimate drop of unlimited power Mace flip right here. No, probably not. He only has 1 unit, but it is online if I want it to be. But yes, so it looks like, unfortunately, with the Mace Windu answers, yeah, he's gonna hit for another 5. Wow, he gets me... It gets me to 24. Unfortunately, I don't think Matt does not play For a Cause in this list. For good reason. The Sabine Yellow runs a lot of neutral yellow cards. You have the Breaking Ins, you have the Surprise Strikes. The For a Cause doesn't hit as hard. Yep, and we're going to see the Mace flip and then ultimate damage in there to end the game. Yep, so game 1 goes to Mace Windu, showing the power of aggression for the instant answer to Sabine. For the 6 damage, the turn after she flips. And it's good because even if they upgrade her, like they throw a Heroic Resolve or they throw a Darksaber on her, the Sabine Yellow lists aren't really playing Darksaber, but if, in the green list, if they would throw Darksaber, the aggression kind of answers all of that. So aggression is just a great answer to Sabine in general. Just showing the power of Mace Windu. Not really... and the Mace Windu power, because I did get 2 Mace Windu powers there for value. The turn 1 answer on A-Wing with Daring Raid, and then additionally the aggression Sabine So Mace was used twice in that game for a unit kill. Very significant. Very significant on those unit kills with Mace. And then, of course, the flip sealing the game. So game 1 goes to Mace. We'll have to see. I think, do we sideboard? I'm not sure. I think we both don't really have anything in our sideboards. We were kind of talking about this matchup. We both don't really have much in the sideboard for each other. I am pre-boarded, mostly pre-boarded against aggro with this Mace Windu deck. I think all of my sideboard is dedicated to the control matchup. So that was actually a mistake, I feel, after playing all these Sabine matchups. I really missed Heroic Sacrifice. Heroic Sacrifice has gone in and out of my Mace list, and I missed it a lot in these Sabine matches. Like, just having Fleet Lieutenant as a pump is not enough, in my opinion. So I ended up adding Heroic Sacrifice after this tournament into my sideboard. So we're going to see Sabine start out here with initiative again. Surely he's not going to make the same mistake. Matt is an excellent Sabine player, as we saw in the Quinlan game, knowing how to play around Quinlan very effectively. He hasn't had any experience against Mace. This is his first matches against it, so I am very well sure that he is going to learn quickly and know how to play around Mace. So dropping down the L3, there you go, right there, showing that he is a quick learner and he knows that he does not want to deal with the Daring Raid. And I think I did have a Daring Raid in my hand, if I remember. Yes, I did. It's at the very end there. So we drew into another aggression, and then we have red 3 as well. So we have a lot of options here for power damage. Daring Raid is, of course, an excellent turn 1 play in Mace Windu. Not necessarily has great potential in the Sabine matchup later. Oh, the surprise strike for 5 damage. Starting out this damage race strong here. Throwing down the red 3, I know I can just easily get it for full value and get that 4 damage. You never know. You never know when that 1 damage is going to matter a lot, so I want to get full value here and get that extra damage with the A-Wing. So, great play here by Sabine, using that 1 resource to get the Greedo in play. Great play here. So he's got a ton of power on the board, and then he's already pushed in significant damage. He's going to claim, and I'm going to pass, and we're going to go into the 4 turn. This is the Sabine flip, so we'll have to see what ends up happening. He has a lot of value, a lot of power on the board right now. I do have that Daring Raid, so that is a potential answer for Greedo. However, you could be pretty well sure that he's going to swing with Greedo first action, so it's a little unfortunate. The shielded 2/2s that Hero have access to, the L3 and the Crafty Smuggler for yellow, are just insane. Like, they're just sticky enough for the aggro decks to really push in damage, and we're seeing that here. Like, it's so hard to answer that L3 unit. Yep, going in with the 3 damage on Greedo. Great here to get that damage in. Of course, the 1 HP, super easy to answer. Firing in with my own 4 damage with my A-Wing in space. So this is the Sabine flip. He's going to ping, knowing he wants to push to the end of the game as fast as possible. This is dicey. This is definitely dicey that we're having right now. I have a Y-Wing in hand. Looks like I have a Sabine. Looks like I have Y-Wing, Sabine, Aggression, and Daring Raid. The problem, and the one problem, I love this Mace Windu deck. And you can see I'm thinking about it right here because I actually don't know what I should do. Because I could Aggression Sabine on deploy. The problem is Red literally has no way to do 5 damage in one shot. Red cannot answer a 5 HP unit in one shot, like regardless of the amount of resources that you have, which is a little unfortunate. I hope that in future sets they come out with maybe a 4 cost event or a 5 cost event that does 5 damage. A 4 cost would probably be appropriate. Like 4 cost 5 damage sounds good to me. Come on, devs, give it to me. But all right, 2 damage from the L3, pushing towards the end of the game. It is at 11 to 11, so I'm a little bit ahead because of his minus 4 HP, the 26 HP base. But it looks like I'm going to spend this turn to develop. He is slow playing me, and I really don't want to pass and slow play him because I'm afraid that he's just going to take the damage and run, you know? Like, throwing down the K2, great play, and then responding with my own Y-Wing. Unfortunately, this is one matchup that I don't think Y-Wing is necessarily a good play, just due to the speed of this game, just the speed that Sabine pushes in damage. So Y-Wing, not really the best play here against this Sabine matchup. Going into the 5 resource turn, I'm sitting at 15 damage on my base, so Matt is halfway there. He is at 11. So we are going to have to see what we have here. Matt is stacked. Matt has how much damage? 8 from K2 and Sabine, 11 from Greedo. Yeah, so he has 13, so he just needs 1 pump to end the game right here on turn 5. So I'm going to go in for damage with Sabine. Looks like I'm just going to try to base race him. Do I have lethal? 4... 6, 3, that's 9. I am off by 2 damage, because he's surely not going to damage his base with Y-Wing. But yep, there's the... Oh, jeez. I was going to say there's the pump he needed. There's the pump he needed and then some. Doing the classic heroic sacrifice K2 play for 9 damage. The number of times Cynthia has done that K2 heroic sacrifice play for 9 damage. Like, it's funny, because Matt was doing the math, and I'm like, yeah, it's 9. Cynthia has done that heroic sacrifice K2 play on me like 20,000 times. So firing out the aggression here, kind of grasping at straws, because I think I am going to just do the damage to Greedo to save damage, but it almost doesn't matter. He has 3 resources up. He has Sabine and L3. He has lethal on board 10 times over. The 9 damage with, so we're going to see the Greedo and then the standing on Sabine, but I think this is probably over with me at 24. He has lethal on board with the 4 and the 2, for 6. So I think when I was doing this play, I didn't realize, I forgot about the Petranaki. Petranaki showing, that it allows you to end the game a turn early. Because potentially could I have killed him here, actually, with the 15 with that stand? Because I would, he gets me to, he has exact lethal on me. Do I have lethal? With the 4 is 8, 11, and then 2 more is 13. So get him to 19. Yeah, I have lethal. So if he didn't have Petranaki, I may have been able to pull that out if he didn't have a pump in hand, right? Because he only has 4 resource left. I'm not sure if he had another pump in hand, or like a Falcon or something. But even the Falcon, I could have answered it with A-Wing or something. But yeah, great game too. Just double base racing. I didn't get the plays that I was able to do the first turn. Where I was able to trade units and just destroy his turn 1 play. He kept his turn 1 play around for the entire game, that L3. So just showing the power of those shielded units and how strong they are, in this matchup. Because it's really hard for your opponent to answer. And it is just 2 damage. Like, you want the 3 power. I want the 3 power. You want the 3 power in your turn 1 plays. Everybody wants the 3 power. But like I said in my Ventress video about the turn 1 Ventress unit play with the 2-4, the best turn 1 play in the game is the turn 1 play that survives. And L3 is at the top of that list for the turn 1 play that survives. Just showing the power, because of course, if it didn't have that shield, I could have easily daring raided it turn 1, just like I did in match 1. So going into the 3rd match, didn't even see the Mace flip there. Not really expecting to flip Mace in this matchup on 7, of course. Just kind of hoping to milk out the value from the unit removal that Mace is giving me in this matchup. I was not, and you can see the difference, right? In game 1, I was able to use Mace twice to kill units. In game 2, I didn't do it a single time, and I lost game 2. So you can see that Mace is adding value, and the games that I'm able to close are games that I'm able to use Mace Windu. So I do see a Cassian in my hand. I see an open fire. I don't know what turn 1 play I'm working with. It's also difficult to see Matt's hand. Unfortunate. But it looks like... Ooh, I can't really see. Yeah, so I'm going to start out with initiative here. We're going to have to see. I'm assuming that he is not going to let me do the Daring Raid play. Do I even have Daring Raid in my hand? I briefly saw it. I think I might have Daring Raid. Yep, so I think, yeah, I must have Daring Raid, because I think I opened pass, and then he Sabine pinged there. And then I passed again. Giving him initiative, I'm not sure if that's the play, because I know he's going to play around my Daring Raid play that I did game 1. And, of course, doing it well with the R2 unit. So it looks like we're going to see the Anakin's Interceptor. Anakin's Interceptor is actually amazing in this Sabine matchup because it lets you push in extra damage early. Well, not early, but in the mid-game, because Sabine surely gets you to that 15 damage threshold very quickly. So the Anakin's Interceptor is actually a pretty darn good play against Sabine, because it's going to get the extra damage very quickly. So I still have that open fire, which is a great answer to Sabine on deploy, because you can use the 4 resource to deal 6 damage. You can't stop her before she attacks, but you can stop her from doing more than 1 attack. So we'll have to see if how this develops. We are lane dodging each other, which is kind of wild, but we'll have to see what happens. All right, pushing in the R2 for 2 damage. What are we gonna see? Cassian. Okay, I actually did see. I have a flamethrower in my hand. So that flamethrower on that could be a potential flamethrower on Cassian. We could see this next turn. Matt is going full ground. So are we about to see a flamethrower in the Sabine match? I think he dropped. Was that a Greedo on the end there? He paid 1 for something. I'm not sure what he paid 1 for. But yep, we are gonna see now. Yeah, it's a Greedo. Okay. We are going to see now. Wow. I think this flamethrower is about to come in for huge value. Yeah. Holy jeez. This is actually a very strong flamethrower play that we are about to see. Yeah, Matt actually didn't know what flamethrower did. So, of course, like who knows what flamethrower does, right? Well, for those on the video that don't know what flamethrower does, it does +1/+1, 3 cost. And then it gives the unit on attack, you deal 3 damage as you choose, divided amongst enemy ground units. So you can spread that 3 damage. For example, you could kill Greedo, ping the shield, and then do another damage somewhere else. So yes, very strong here. This is interesting, actually. Yeah, I have a lot of plays with that flamethrower. So, of course, he is going to go for the 3 damage, get the 3 damage in while he can. Good on him there to do that. I have some options here. Now, my goal is to reduce damage. So, if I wanted to slow play it, there are things I could do to slow play. Interesting. So I definitely had a lot of options there, but it looks like I'm going to do the 1 ping on Greedo, send Cassian into R2 for the 4 damage, take 2 back, and ping the shield off of L3. Alternatively, I could have sent Cassian into L3, did the 1 damage ping to get off the shield, kill Greedo, and then ping R2 for 1. I think, actually, it's better mathematically, the choice that I made there. So, also another option that I had was I could have slow played him this turn to wait for the Sabine deploy, but I didn't want to wait for that because I knew that Sabine could not answer Cassian by herself because he has 6 HP, so he has 4 HP left right now. But we are actually going to see is that a Hot Shot Blaster? Yes, that is a Hot Shot Blaster. So the smuggled Hot Shot Blaster on Matt's side going into base. Just huge damage. 6 damage coming in from Sabine. So huge damage swing there from Sabine. So Cassian does answer, and another daring raid on the base. Matt loves his daring raid on the base. That's great. I love it. So Cassian, with that flamethrower, is definitely going to do work in the ground arena on this upcoming turn. I think I got myself a clear board with 18 damage on my base, so we'll have to see if I can close this game out after clearing his board. He has options, though. He has Falcons. Yep, so we're going to send into Sabine, so we do the 4 damage to Sabine, 1 damage ping on Sabine to make 5, and then 2 damage on the L3 to clear the board. The flamethrower just showing how strong of a play it is in the right situation. Very, very strong there. So that Anakin's Interceptor is online right now. It is coming in for 4 damage. Throwing down Sabine, and just refilling the board, taking the 4 with the Anakin's Interceptor. Let's get this damage in, and let's see if we can close out this game on Mace Windu's side. So Matt spending a turn to, the Falcon. Huge play, Falcon. Immediately answer with open fire. Oh no, we are actually going to do the aggression. Oh, and that's right. I remember this. This is actually a pretty big misplay on my part. I should not have been able to ready the Anakin's Interceptor there. Apologize. So I don't know if I had another turn 1 play I could have dropped there that turn. I'm not sure, but that apologize to the camera, to the folks at home. In my head, I was like, Anakin's Interceptor 2 power, but no, the buff makes it out of the threshold of being able to ready with aggression. So we'll have to see if that 4 damage matters at the end. Definitely significant misplay on my part, so I apologize for that. So going into the 6th turn here, we'll have to see. This Anakin's Interceptor is just crushing in space right now for that 4 damage. I think Sabine does have initiative, even though my token's upright. Because I answered the Falcon. Yeah, and then I swung in. Yeah, so he has initiative. He's going to get Sabine in for 3 damage. And he's pretty close to ending the game. He only needs a few more damage to end the game. So this is going to be a tight damage race in the end. Yes. This is the game right here. This is it. The final. That resource from Matt seemed like it was very difficult for him choosing. I mean, when Sabine has to go above 5 resource, it probably is very difficult for them. Yep. Sabine has initiative. Surely we're gonna see the 3 damage unless he has a pump to pump her up. Are we gonna see another hot shot? Yeah, it looks like a hot shot. Hot shot blaster for 5 damage. Sabine, very, very strong here, coming in strong with this damage. Doing another 4 damage myself, matching the 5 damage that Sabine just did. So he should be at 15 right now because I shouldn't have gotten that 4 damage last phase. I'm at 23. So Matt just needs 7 more damage, and then next turn is the Mace flip, so we'll have to see what happens here. Dropping down the Greedo, the redevelop of Matt's board has been great. He's done a great job of redeveloping his board here. My hand does not look great at all. We're going to see another aggression, taking out Sabine, illegally standing the Anakin's Interceptor again. Unfortunate for me. I apologize. But if I remember this correctly, I don't actually end up swinging for the 4 damage here. Oh, yeah. And I was so proud of myself for this play, too. I was like, Didier's so proud right now that he's doing an illegal move. Good job, buddy. I said I had twice the pride in a previous video, and I meant that. Doing the Sabine ping here. He only has the Greedo on board. I think this is where we are, because I want to swing in for the 4 damage, but I know if he hits me with Greedo, I lose. I think that's where we are. Because if he hits me with Greedo, I just straight up lose the game right here. And I know that, because Sabine ping is always there, and it's like looming. Sabine ping is looming. And, yeah, I just know that if... Like, oh yeah, because he has lethal with Surprise Strike. I think that was my reasoning here. Because I think I'm just going to claim. Because he has lethal with the Surprise Strike, I know that I can't give him initiative. I have to kind of force him to play a ready unit. And give myself another turn. Because I know the next turn is the Mace flip. So I can push in as much damage as I need to end the game. Unfortunate here, like I have 2 resource open. Literally, if I had anything like a Daring Raid or a Grenade Strike, I would be in such a good position right now. But unfortunate, my hand is just not there for me. I have a Rancor and a Red 3. So yeah, so here we go. Going into the final turn, I do end up claiming there because, again, I need to answer. I have the open fire in my hand to answer the Greedo. So kind of forcing my hand here. Matt going up to 8. Is that 8 resources on Matt's side? That is wild. Matt's really trying to end this game over there, doing double plays. But this is the Mace flip. No, it's 7 resource, right? Yep, so we're going to start with the open fire, answer the Greedo, have to do it because, again, he has me with Surprise Strike. Alternatively, I could have did the Rancor, but I think I wanted to save my resource for the Red 3 because I know that I can push in extra damage with the Red 3 and Mace. So I have, what do I have? I have 11 damage with the Red 3, right? So he would be he's at 20, he should be at 16. So I have lethal even without that 4 damage that I shouldn't have gotten this turn. So I do have lethal. We'll just, with the Anakin's and the Mace with Red 3, but we're actually going to see the Smuggle Cassian here. Smuggle Cassian really threatening lethal. Again, showing, you know, I don't have an answer for that 5 damage. I flip Mace to just get something on board because I was not sure if he was going to like put something on it. Put some kind of pump or something on there. Like he could have just hard played a hot shot on there or something like that. So I was kind of forcing him to just take the 3 damage there by doing the Mace flip. I have 3 damage left, so I'm going to drop down the Red 3. Yep, and then he Daring Raids me, gets me to 29. Now this is, we actually we thought he killed me with the Daring Raid, but he actually gets me to 29. And then I think we realize it here that he did not kill me with the Daring Raid. So, yep, so he does have me with Sabine ping, though. So we're doing math here to just make sure that we did this right. So let's do math, okay? So I need to Red 3. He Daring Raids me. I hit him with Mace for 6. If he didn't have that 4 damage on him, he would be at 22. Yeah, then he kills me with Sabine ping. So likely Sabine should have taken this game 3. I think when we were kind of mathing this out, we said that I took the game, but that was because of that incorrect 4 damage I did. But great game. I mean, showing the power, like this off-meta build The off-meta Mace Windu standing up to one of the strongest meta decks in the game. Just really, really strong. Mace Windu has very much impressed me. That came down to the wire. Like I said, one Grenade Strike, one Daring Raid in my hand. I did resource a Daring Raid, you see there. That may have been a mistake on my part. I should have just probably kept it in my hand to answer like the late game plays, late game 2-drops and Greedos and things. But yeah, like just showing the power of Mace Windu. A great match, excellent finals match, and I'm sure we'll be seeing Matt play more Sabine in the finals matches of our locals. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please hit subscribe for all the best gaming guides and match videos. And as always, turn your dial to Random Number Gaming.